Hello and welcome, it's Leon Street here, and today in this video I'm talking about streaming for 1 year, twice a week for 1 year. So it's 1 year anniversary. How you doing, Miss Maduna? Thank you for jumping on. And so I'm going to be talking about different aspects of my journey the past year. Now, it doesn't mean that I've only just been streaming for the past year, in the sense of I've streamed before that, but for the past year I've streamed consistently for twice a week. And there's a lot of things that have come out of it by showing up twice weekly and putting great content out for my followers, for my audience, and really just showing up. And I just want to give you guys some insights into that. So we're currently live on the YouTube channel, we're live on Facebook, we're also live over here on Instagram. And I'm going to get into it as always and just share a few insights. So again, what happened after 1 year of live streaming twice a week? Before we go any further, please do remember, do subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed already, just go to leonstreet.com/YouTube. If you're on Instagram, go check out my bio. I do have a link there to the YouTube channel. But please do that, hit the subscribe button and click on the notification bell. So I'm going to kick off today with a quote, really, before I get into the content and behind the scenes of streaming for 1 year. And the quote comes from Dwayne Johnson. And if you don't know who he is, probably one of the most followed people on Instagram, as well as the internet in general, Dwayne Johnson, aka The Rock. So success isn't always about greatness. It's about consistency. Consistent hard work leads to success. Greatness will come. And I guess for me, that encapsulates the past year and streaming for 1 year. And I really want to take you behind the scenes, and I've got a few things that I've prepared. For those of you who regularly jump onto my live streams and watch my videos, then you'll know for me that I've always got something prepared for you guys. And if you got any questions, please drop a comment. I'm more than happy to come back to your comments below this video. So whether you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram. So first of all, I guess, streaming for 1 year, it's not an easy thing. So what has happened? Well, let me start off by just giving you a few pointers with regards to service. And when I say service, I guess it's, why did I deliver the content that I've delivered over the past year? I've streamed live every Wednesday and every Sunday. And so, if you hadn't guessed already, obviously from the UK. So on a Wednesday, I usually stream 8:30 p.m. in the evening. And on a Sunday, which is where we are right now, 8:30 a.m. Started about 4 or 5 minutes late because of the laptop. I don't know what was going on my web camera, but it decided that it didn't want to play ball. So I restarted, and here we are, we're going. That's one of the things I want to talk about. There's always something that may not work out the way you expect it to. And sometimes that's technology. But what I want to get to is the past year. In delivering the content, I guess the biggest thing for me in streaming twice a week for the past year has been, people reaching out to me. I've been delivering lots of content for coaches, consultants, experts, and business owners on things like marketing, sales. I've been focused on different aspects like mindset as well. What it takes to really be a success in business. And for me, these have brought about, many different things. I've had, people reaching out saying, thanks for the great content. They felt supported. They've enjoyed the content, and they've sent me well wishes, or they've asked for more help. I've even had people who they haven't got a clue where they wanted to go next. They've had nowhere to turn, and that's also been interesting for me because I've had people reach out to me in unexpected ways that I hadn't planned for. So, for instance, on a couple of the live streams and the content that I put out, they've been on different topics like how to handle death. And what does death actually mean, especially for you as a business owner, and how it can affect you. And I guess the different things that we have to deal with in life as just being human beings, not just being robots or, supermen or super women, and thinking and expecting us just to continue without, any challenges in life. And so, people reaching out for personal reasons has been, a really interesting, I guess, experience for me. And it's not like, oh, it hasn't happened before, but it's happened directly because I've showed up twice a week and people have been watching and following. And, it's, I guess it's moving as well. It's pretty emotional when you're you're speaking to somebody who's reached out to you, and so I've actually gone from in the DMs, people messaging me, right through to people who I've jumped on calls with, where I've offered, if you just need to speak about the topic that I've spoken about in that particular live stream. That's been pretty cool. I've had, like I said, one experience where, somebody was deeply affected by me speaking about death and what it meant. And it was interesting because the conversation I had with that person was a death that had happened, not in their family, not their friends, but an accident, that they were involved in. And that was an interesting conversation that I had with the person. And it really made me think about, you really don't know what's going on behind the scenes of a person's life and what you can see into their life and what they're willing to reveal, just because, a lot of people hide stuff, and that's okay. Not everything is meant to be out in the public and there for everybody to see. But what was interesting is this person reached out to me, and I was able to give them some great advice, and I say great advice because, I've not been affected by somebody who has passed away as a result of an accident that I've been in, but I've had people around me who've passed away, family, friends, and so on. And I guess it was just that moment, an opportunity for me to share from the heart with the person. And so that, that was a really great experience. The topic wasn't great in the sense of somebody passed away, but it was a great experience for me to be able to share, from my own experiences and help put that person, I guess, at ease in many respects. And then actually a couple of weeks later, the actual event, the accident that had happened, because the person had kind of put their life on hold because there was, I guess, an investigation, police investigation of various things that were happening. And I think it was literally like a week later after I spoke to that person that they found out that they were found not to be at fault or not guilty for this accident where a person had passed away. And so, even that was really interesting for me to experience as well. It was just like, wow. And I was just happy to have been at least one part of that person's journey to help, move them out of the place of limbo. And I guess for me, by live streaming twice a week, that's just one example of many. I've had opportunities with business, people reaching out to me, people who watch my live streams, picked up leads, picked up sales. And, I guess more than anything, one of the cool things for me is just the whole mix of what's gone on, and I guess just experiencing gratitude. And when you live stream for a whole year, twice a week, showing up, it's not easy. And so I guess there's the other aspects of, well, what actually occurred, what went on. And so let me just share with you from a kind of personal point of view. And remember, guys, if you got any questions around, the topics of live streaming and what I've been speaking about specifically for you guys over here on Instagram, I'm talking about me live streaming for the past year twice a week, and I guess my thoughts, my experiences, and what's happened. What I'm going to do now is share more of the personal side of what's gone on in order to make it possible, because live streaming twice a week and doing anything for a year consistently, it's almost like a membership to the gym or martial arts. I do jiu-jitsu, and I actually do go to jiu-jitsu twice a week, so it's very similar, showing up and so on. But let me get into the personal side of things. It's been difficult streaming twice a week. I can say that 100%. It hasn't been easy. And, a lot of people might think, oh, yeah, just show up and do it. But, I'm a father. I've got 3 kids. I have my fiance, and, she has other things going on in her life. And so in order to show up twice a week in between and in and around our lives, running a business, family, friends, and different things going on. In the past year, obviously, most of us have been affected by lockdowns because of the coronavirus pandemic and so on. It hasn't been easy at all by any stretch of the imagination. But it's not to say that I haven't overcome that, right? Because I've showed up. I think I probably missed about 4 different live streams. So you're probably talking about 2 weeks worth of live streaming over the course of the year. But other than that, I've showed up. I've been streaming either through mobile data in order to make sure that I did show up from the car, whilst I was on holiday, whilst I was away in a different country, because my fiance had a death in the family. And so, it hasn't been easy, is what I'd say. But the biggest thing, no matter what you commit to, is to commit to it as best as possible. You know, whether you can be 100% by showing up every time, or if you can hit that kind of 99% or there or thereabouts. I guess that's been the big thing, and it's helped me to build discipline. And it doesn't matter what you do in life, discipline is probably one of the biggest strengths that you can have, because discipline requires you to show up no matter what, no matter how you're feeling, whether you want to have that extra hour in bed, you know, extra 15 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever it is. You know, for me, that's probably been one of the biggest things that I've got out of live streaming for, you know, twice a week for the past year. It's allowed me to work my schedule around my life. And so when I've live streamed, whether it's on a Wednesday evening or Sunday morning, I've done it around my life. And so I've made it fit into my life. So I thought, you know, before I started on this journey of live streaming, you know, what would work for me? And so I looked at my calendar and I was like, I have Wednesday evenings and I have a Sunday morning. And so that's what I've done. I literally made it work around my schedule. And so if ever you're committing to anything where you're thinking, you know, can you pull it off? First of all, look at the life that you want to create and then fit everything into the thing that you want to create. And that's where some people get unstuck. They kind of fit their life around, you know, the activity or the goal. And you know, you could say that's the right approach, but you got to understand, no matter what goal you're going for in your life, you've probably got other commitments and other responsibilities. And I think that's the other thing that a lot of people don't look into. It's like, it's great going for the goal, but make sure that you fit everything in around what you want to create, as opposed to being a slave to your calendar. The other aspect, another, I guess, outcome benefit of live streaming twice a week is that I've created a hell of a lot of content in the past year. So if you think, I've been streaming twice a week for the past year, so that's like 100+ episodes of me streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and it's generated a lot of content. I've got probably somewhere in the region of about 90 different PowerPoint presentations on lead generation, sales, marketing, copywriting, Facebook ads, Google ads, how to create irresistible offers, how to sell high ticket sales, everything you can imagine that a cultural consultant would need and want to do in order to be successful in their business and in their life. And that's what it's allowed me to do in the past year. So I've generated and created a lot of great content, and I guess it's moving me in the direction of mastery. And if there's one thing that I picked up from famous book that I read, and the title will come to me in a moment, but it's by Malcolm Gladwell. It's called Outliers. That's the name. That's the title. And he talks about, you know, in your approach to mastery, people who become masters of, you know, whatever it is that they're skilled at, they're great at, they have to invest somewhere like 10,000 hours. And I guess for me, my investment of the preparation that I do before the live streams, the delivery, and then the after, you know, the follow-up and so on, it's helping me towards my journey of mastery as a business owner, as a coach, consultant, as somebody who wants to create great impact as well as financial, you know, reward for me, my family, and my clients. And I guess out of everything, that's probably, you know, some of the biggest benefits that I could ask for, because to be better than I was yesterday and moving myself to greatness is probably the very thing that you guys can also do. And for those of you watching, I appreciate you watching as well, because in the feedback, in the comments, you know, in the engagement, in the interaction, that's also allowed me to push to the next level, answer questions. And especially, you know, like when you're putting content out, remember, you're the megaphone. And the cool thing I love about obviously social media and the way people can interact is not everybody agrees or can agree with everything you do. And the cool thing is, doesn't mean that it has to be a disagreement that ends up in, you know, negative energy or a negative response. I found actually, you know, if I've had people disagree, that it's actually been a great topic of discussion, a great opportunity to discuss. And so for me, that's been a really cool thing. What's happened personally as well, you know, a lot of the times when you're thinking of, well, what content can you prepare? What content can you actually deliver for a full year? That's also been interesting because, you know, when you think about it, coming up with 100+ topics to deliver great value and impact for your audience, it takes thought, it takes, you know, research, it takes for you to actually put the time in. that's also been interesting for me, because some of the prep that I've done, some prep has been, oh, it's taken me like 10 minutes, some has taken me an hour. And whenever you're going to that next level, you just got to be prepared for the work that you do have to put in. And for me, that's been one of the biggest things that I guess for me has allowed me to push to that next level of content. Now, most of you probably know, which what I have in the background, that I published a book called More Leads, More Clients. And so this was the book, More Leads, More Clients. And this was a book that I published back in 2018, the 10-step marketing manifesto to becoming one of the most valued coaches in your industry. And for me, by going through this experience of live streaming for 1 year, it's allowed me to just dive deeper into mastery, dive deeper into my topic of marketing, dive deeper into serving my audience. And if ever you're in this situation where you want to commit to something big like this and you're not sure where to start, also just reach out to me, send me a DM, comment below this video, and I'll give you some of my key steps, 10 key points on what you can do in order to make sure you turn up, show up, and make it a success. So I guess for me, those have been some of the insights of my past year. There have been different challenges, as I said. It's been difficult, but there's been a lot of great things, a lot of happy moments that I've gone through. And for me, what's next, I guess, is the next question, really. And where do you go from here after streaming for 1 year? What's the next step? Should I quit? I've had thoughts of quitting, thoughts of stopping. Well, that might make sense. I've just delivered a year of live streaming. Where do you go next? So for me, the next year, here's what I'm going to be focusing on. I'm going to be showing up more on YouTube and Instagram. That's going to be my new place. That's going to be my new environment where I'm going to be hanging out. I've been streaming on YouTube and Facebook for the past year, but my focus more so will be on YouTube and Instagram. You'll see a lot more videos going out on these two platforms. I will show up and do live streams on Facebook as well, but you're just going to see tons of more content going onto YouTube and Instagram. We just took on a new team member who's joined the team, who will be responsible for YouTube, and they'll be focused on more of the video edits that we put out, some of the research, the SEO, and different aspects of that. I'll still be showing up. I'll still be doing my part of research and delivering. But the point of me sharing that we've taken on new team members and we've got a new focus is that I'm going to be delivering more great content. So if you're a coach, consultant, and you want to get to that next level, whether you're focusing on can you get to $10,000, $15,000 or more in your coaching business, these are the kind of things that I'm going to be focused on. If you're hit with overwhelming marketing strategy, or you're experiencing slow lead flow, so your business isn't growing because you're not generating enough leads, or actually you find it difficult to sell high ticket sales, to really expand your business, to go to that next level, these are all the topics I'm going to be going over, as well as mindset. How do you confront your bad habits? How do you confront the misbehaviors of your mind? How do you go to that next level to develop a strong mindset, a fortified mindset that can take you forward, can accept that you don't know everything and still come out on top and be a winner. Those are the types of content we're going to be covering. I'll be going into greater detail of things like Facebook ads. We'll be going over topics of things like live streaming, editing, more into the marketing strategy, and really what's going to make a difference to grow your business. Whether it's creating an irresistible offer, creating the right program, structuring your program for success, and how to create more impact. And I'll be sharing more case studies like I have over the year, but we'll be diving in deeper, and we'll be doing some live streams with some of my clients jumping on these calls, as well as experts on these live streams. I say calls, old school. So there'll be a lot more coming. And so, what I can say to you is stay tuned. We'll be kicking off again from next Wednesday, and there'll be more content coming out. So if there's any questions you guys have got, whether it's on Instagram, whether it's on YouTube, remember, just drop a comment below this video or send me a DM. There's lots of great free content and training that I do have. If you're interested in generating more leads, creating the right marketing strategy, or closing more high ticket sales and taking your business to the next level, just send me a DM right now and I'll send you more details for free. and you can get that so it can help you to take your business to the next level. So finally, guys, I guess the final piece that I want to leave you with today. So, you know, if you've only just jumped on, especially those of you on Instagram, I just want to say I've been speaking about my experience of live streaming twice a week for the past year. We're also streaming over here, where I'm looking over here to my left on YouTube and Facebook. But I'm just going to leave you with a quote now, after sharing my experiences personally, and what it's meant, obviously connecting with people who've engaged and interacted with me over the past year. Here's my final quote, and this is from Michael Jordan, and you may or may not have heard it. If you don't know who Michael Jordan is, you must have been living under a rock for the past like 30 years or so. But Michael Jordan, here's the quote: "I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed." Guys, if you're setting yourself up to achieve any goal, whatever that goal is right now, the main thing is to take action. Don't worry about the outcome. Don't worry about whether you're going to hit failures, whether you're going to hit challenges, whether you're going to hit roadblocks, or whether you're going to hit some negativity, haters, whether you're going to come across some difficult experiences. That's okay. That's part of the journey, guys. And for me, the live streaming twice a week for the past year, there's been many different things that I've faced. Yeah. But the cool thing is I'm here a year later and we're still going. And that's what I want to say to you guys. Keep going with whatever it is you're doing. It will work out eventually, so long as you keep working on you. Yeah. Don't just keep banging your head up against the wall. You have to grow. You have to improve. And so if you do want to help growing your business to overcome marketing frustration, slow lead flow, or low sales confidence, just comment Vortex below this video or drop me a DM with the word Vortex, and I'll send you more details on how I can help you grow if you're a coach, consultant, or an expert. So on that note, guys, I just want to say thanks for watching. If you're watching over on Instagram, please give me a follow on my profile. Just click on my profile picture on top left-hand side and then hit follow once you're on the profile. For those of you on YouTube, please do click on the subscribe button if you're watching live on YouTube. If you're not on YouTube already and you're watching on Facebook, go to leonstreet.com/YouTube and you'll be redirected to my YouTube channel. Otherwise, just search for Leon Street. Hit the subscribe button and click on the notification bell to be notified of all my upcoming live streams and videos. Guys, I just want to say thank you very much for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.